Welcome back. Episode 9. We are getting on the last few bits of powder coating, getting the forward controls put on this bike. We are going to get the exhaust put on and start really buttoning up all of the loose ends before we get the hand controls and the wiring done. So, not entirely sure how far we're gonna get on this one, but we're just gonna quickly do a time lapse of powder coating these parts. I'll show you what colors go in what. And yeah, let's just get started. So, we are going to be powder coating the forward controls. I've decided to do the foot brake and shifter just black, but I've found these existing Harley foot pegs and shifter. They come with rubber that goes in the middle. So we're gonna do these anodized bronze, and we're gonna do the levers anodized bronze, and everything else is gonna be black. So this is the peg that goes together with this. That will be black, the bolt will be black. And all the linkage and everything will stick with black. All right, reassembly time. I got all the parts laid out. We're gonna do the exhaust and the forward controls to start. And then after that, we're probably gonna put the license plate and brake light holder on. And I don't know, we'll see what else we get at. Okay, here we go. Exhaust. So this is the Amazon short dump exhaust. I did put it on the last build. Sounds loud and it's pretty badass, but I can't say that this wrap job is impressive, so I'm most likely gonna rewrap these pipes. I mean, you can just see that, but I'm gonna get them on. It's quick assembly to get these off and on, so we'll get them on. And we're gonna do the forward controls. So I powder coated these, the anodized bronze, and there's the rubber goes on them. And then we did the shifter anodized bronze, but all of the pegs and bolts and everything are black. So it's gonna look really cool. It's just a little subtle, just these three parts. Everything else is black. So I'm gonna put the sleeves back in the shifter and brake lever, and I'm gonna get these reassembled, ready to go, and we're gonna get these forward controls on. Once that's done, we're gonna move to the exhaust. Okay, time for the exhaust. They have the new seals that go into the jugs. So I'm gonna pry the old ones out to make sure that we have a good connection so we don't have any exhaust leaks. And then these are gonna be the bolts for the bracket to mount the two exhaust pipes together. So I'm going to work on getting these put in, and then we can throw the exhaust on. Yeah, see that? Definitely need some new ones in there. Give that a clean up. Pop the other one out really quick. There we go. Check out these. This may be stupid, but they're rag towels on a roll. My wife found them. They're literally the handiest things ever. They're like shop towels, but actual little towels. So you can just use them, throw them out when you're done. I like to keep stuff clean. It's got these wobble sockets. Never even knew they existed till my brother-in-law got them for me as a gift. First time I've had to try them. I am going to get the front fender and the rear fender on, get all the signal lights sorted out, and then once I do that, then I'm going to start getting on these hand controls. So let's start with that. Okay, next step, we are going to be working the rear fender. This is the original signals I was going to use, and these are the ones I want to use. So when I mock the bike up, these were the signals I mocked it up with. These ones are a little different, so I've got a little creative by using both of them together to make the hardware work so it still mounts the fender to the strut properly. So I'm gonna have to grind these down in half and I'll piece them together. I'll show you how this is gonna work. So this light is gonna go on here like this. Then this spacer is going to run through here to connect this light like this. And then the fender is gonna mount like this, and then this piece will thread in here with a nut. So it's gonna sandwich that spacer in between the signal and the fender. And then that's gonna bolt as well up top there. And then I'll run the wires nice and clean. So I'm gonna cut this bolt down and then we're gonna set this fender in place. Okay, this one's a bit of a weird situation. We got the drag bars. I've custom made the whole top piece here with the signals and everything, the control display. Because it's such a short run, I just wanted the hand control wiring just to go from here externally right to here. But because it's gonna pinch the top clamp, once I mount the two, I have to internal wire it now. So I'm just gonna drill a couple small holes and make like a U here, carefully on the bottom, so I can feed those wires through, and then everything's gonna now be internal wired, and it will come out the bottom where I have those grommets here for the turn signals. So we're gonna bring everything down here nice and clean, and it's just gonna come here. Okay, update here. So now that we got the bars in place, I got the throttle back on. I had to take the air intake off to be able to get at the throttle. It was a bit of a pain in the butt. But I have all the controls nicely notched. They're gonna cover clean. Everything's gonna come out here. So I've slid a zap strap through here, and this is where I'm gonna tie and pull the handlebar signals through. So everything's gonna come out of the front of the handlebars. So I've got these in. I'm gonna seal that with silicone, nice and smooth, so it's all flush. But I'm just gonna get them in and mounted first, and I'll do that last when I'm cleaning them all up. They were definitely harder than I thought to install. But I've also gone and put some super weld on the bolt itself, and I've siliconed for waterproof in between the two, so they're really solid on there. And they still obviously can get removed if they have to, because all you have to do is remove the grips, and this will be on a quick connect, so you can disconnect the wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide these on and get all this finished up. That's a wrap for today. Let's do a little walk around. I'll show you exactly where I'm gonna leave this project, and there's definitely only one more episode to wrap this thing up after this one. So let's check it out. Okay, we got the exhaust finished. Forward controls are all powder coated and on. They turned out really good. So you can see the anodized bronze, but we were still able to reuse the rubber, and then the black bolt, black, everything else. What else? Exhaust, forward controls. This one too, we did the shifter anodized. and everything's adjusted. Handlebars, they were not meant for internal wiring. I obviously did keep in consideration not drilling too big of holes to mess with the strength of the bar at all. So I'm pretty confident everything's fine for the small holes I drilled. I was able to do the internal wiring, hide the wires for the inside of the controls, bring them all out here. So if you can see, I still have to do all the wiring, but this is going to be for the left side, left signals. This is going to be for the right controls, right signals. I'm going to have it all nice and clean, tucked in behind the tank. The signals on the bars were a bit of a pain. I'm going to seal them all right here, but they did work. They look sweet. I think they look cool. So yeah, that's done. I've got the clutch all adjusted, throttles adjusted. Obviously we don't have any brake fluid in. All of these are torqued to spec. So the hand controls are done. The front fender was put on. That turned out sweet. The anodized bronze levers, it's a nice little touch. Still got to do the mirrors. I'm gonna do that. So we're able to keep it super clean up here. 1 light and 2 signals, and all the wires hidden. So it's nice and clean. I got to finish the gas tank next. I had to take the air intake off to get the throttle all connected. So I hooked up a new fuel line. I just have that sitting right here. So that's going to get hooked up to the tank. So the next step is getting the tank installed, do all of the wiring, finish the seat pan, and put fluids in the bike.